Now, we're going to move along and talk about something called Voom. This is the Deluxe Pro cordless sweeper with the mini sweeper also included. This is going to take care of large spills. I'm talking crackers, candies, anything that might be a problem, or even pet hair that can sometimes begin to mount up in our houses. As good a housekeepers as we think we are, sometimes it can be a little bit difficult to stay after it, particularly when the debris is of different sizes. That's why our Deluxe Cordless Pro sweeper with the mini sweeper included becomes so very important. And it's also cordless, so you charge this bad boy up and then you use it. Christopher Joyce is joining us live via Skype, one of our cleaning gurus, to talk to us about this and why it can be so very important for everyone as they're looking to do a little cleaning around the house. Take this sweeper to the mess. And don't ever be concerned about it not being able to tackle some of your biggest problems in and around the house. Now, $67 is the normal price. We're about $17.02 less. We're also free shipping and handling, saving you another $5.50. Christopher, this is something great. Tell us about Voom.
Yeah, Voom. You don't need a broom. You don't need a dustpan anymore. This weighs 2 pounds. You can literally take it up and down the stairs, perfectly suited for the stairs. And you're also getting the mini Voom, which is perfect for the car or maybe to pick up the debris or the dog hair, the pet hair, the cat hair on your furniture and your upholstery. What makes Voom so special, because every home, David, honestly needs a cordless rechargeable sweeper for those spills and messes that happen every single day when you don't want to drag out the big heavy vacuum. But what really sets this one apart, you can see it on the camera, it's kind of mesmerizing, is turning at 1,200 revolutions per minute. And also, we're using a really high-end soft bristle brush, similar to the ones on the high-end vacuums. Why is that important? Sweepers in the past, typically, David, have scattered messes, particularly on the hard surfaces. But because we're using this soft bristle brush, it's no longer doing that. It's grabbing onto them. We have edge-to-edge cleaning. It's dumping it into the bin, and then there's a comb inside that's actually pulling the hair off and the debris to make sure that it doesn't wrap around the soft bristle brush. But let's get cleaning because I want to show you how effective this is, even if you have a big, heavy vacuum. This is the item that you're going to use every single day. So let's start with something really easy, just some cereal. And I hope what you notice here is that it really swivels and it can actually rotate 360 degrees. So no matter where the mess is, David, it can't hide. It just makes your job so much easier and efficient. Now we're going to go to something a little heavier. These are like peas and beans. Look what a great job it does of pulling that in, no problem at all. And that's because that soft bristle brush is grabbing onto the debris and not letting it go. And then something a little heavier than that, kind of some candies, it's doing a great job of picking those up as well. Everything is gone, just like your vacuum, except, David, that it's using friction. So it's not using suction. So that means you're going to be able to use it on your doormats as well and your carpet runners.
Chris, I apologize for interrupting you, but I wanted to ask about tree needles. Because a lot of us are de-decorating our houses and we're throwing out Christmas trees, we're throwing out garland and things like that, whether they be artificial or real, they can leave behind little sprigs of holiday.
Perfect that you brought that up. So I'm going to go back to my second camera. I'm going to go to this tile floor that I have here. I'm going to show you, first of all, for those of you who have pets, you're going to love it because it's going to pick up all the debris around the doggy bowl. So you can see that picked up all the kibbles and bits. But then it looks like we're kind of behind a graphic here. But this is all that kind of pine needle stuff that you talked about that's left over, that we still have left over in our own home. This is going to pick up all that mess. And you can see it's not scattering the mess. It's simply picking it up. And again, that's that soft bristle brush doing the job for you. And then to empty it, David, I'm going to show you how easy it is to empty. Simple as this. There is a small button on top. It's a red button. I'm going to count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Press that button, and there the debris is gone. You can see that there's a little trap door open underneath. You don't need to touch that either. In other words, keep your hands away from the yuck. Just put it on the floor, and you're going to be good to go.
I mean, I'm a big fan of keeping my hands away from the yuck. This is really lovely. Now, it's a cordless sweeper, Chris. How long can we expect it to run on a full charge?
Yeah, it's cordless and rechargeable. Takes maybe 2 hours to charge. It comes partially charged. 1 hour, 60 minutes. So you have a lot of run time. I say if you're using these for 60 minutes, you probably needed to bring out the big, heavy vacuum.
Yeah, Chris, I don't think I've ever vacuumed for 60 minutes in my life.
I certainly wouldn't want to, and that's what I love about just having a cordless rechargeable sweeper for those daily messes, David, that happen. So you don't have to constantly bring out that big, heavy vacuum.
This is, I mean, there are so many times. I mean, if you visit a restaurant or a diner and you see the wait staff grab manual sweepers because they don't want to pull out the great big vacuum, this is the kind of thing that they might grab for. But what's great about this, it's rechargeable and it's cordless, so it runs. It has a little beater bar. So all of this works really nicely on debris of different sizes. Sometimes we drop those crackers that are shaped like fish. Sometimes we drop candies that are bigger than just particles of dust. Or sometimes you've got hair from pets or humans that's on the floor. Whatever the case may be, this is going to get after it, and then use that little red button to release the trap door and put it right over the garbage can. Your hands never have touched the yuck, and there are no bags to buy for this, is there?
Exactly. There's really no cost of ownership whatsoever. What I did now is I put down actually a doormat on my floor just to show you that because we're using friction and we're not using suction, you're going to be able to pick up all the debris on this doormat. But if you notice, I'm not picking up the doormat. This is actually heavy gravel. So you talk about all different type of things that it's going to pick up. These are little stones. Look what a great job it does on a first pass, David. That soft bristle brush, you're not seeing it scatter toward the camera. That's the difference. And then you talked about pet hair. So I'm going to transition with the sliders and gliders over to a gel mat in the kitchen. Do you see all the pet hair on here? Watch what a great job it's going to do of pulling up that pet hair the first time around, almost better than it does in a vacuum. And then I want to show you something close up on the camera. So we picked up all that pet hair, lickety-split, no problem at all. But look at this. I'm going to stop it. And do you notice how I'm turning it on and off, David? I'm using my toe, so I'm not having to bend down to turn it on and off, which is a really nice feature. Now, I picked up all that hair, and I just want to show you something. There's these two little buttons on either side of the brush roll. You open that up. Do you see, David, what the comb has done? It has pulled all the hair up for me, so it's not getting stuck on the brush roll. So the genius design of this allows to use it even for the pet hair, and then you simply close that door again, and you go off and clean again.
This is remarkable technology, and it's not anything revolutionary in terms of something being brand new. It's just very convenient. And we all like to pride ourselves on being good housekeepers, and most of us are. But it's one of those situations where you need a little helping hand sometimes, and sometimes you don't want to pull out the great big vacuum. One of my least favorite chores is wrapping the cord around the vacuum. Wrapping the cord around the handle. I mean, it takes forever for you to wrap that cord, and you're like, I don't want to pull out that big one if I can just help it. Plus, it's heavy and it's hard to maneuver. This is quick, easy, and lightweight.
Exactly. It only weighs 2 pounds, so it's really easy to take up and down the stairs, or if you're really smart, you just buy two. You have one for the upstairs, one for the downstairs. I'm actually going to put some goldfish down because you mentioned those goldfish crackers, David. So just to show you that, yep, this sweeper is going to take care of that as well. So the doggy messes, whether it's the kibbles and bits, the hair, as you show, that ingenious comb is pulling that hair off so it's not getting tangled around the brush roll. It's turning at 1,200 revolutions per minute. It's a soft bristle brush like those high-end vacuums, and that's why it's not scattering the mess even on the hard surfaces. Also, edge-to-edge cleaning is designed so it's even going to pick up against the baseboards. It's cordless, it's rechargeable. It has 60 minutes of runtime, 60. So you have plenty of uses before you have to recharge it. Although, honestly, I just keep it recharged, David. It also goes really flat, so that's going to allow you to go underneath your furniture all the way to the baseboards.
This is remarkable, remarkable help out around the house, and primarily used inside the home. Is that right?
Yeah, primarily inside the home. Absolutely. I'm kind of on my second camera here. I'm picking up some craft beads. And then, David, I also want to show you, you mentioned the kind of the goldfish crackers. Since you mentioned it, I thought, why not bring them out? Look what a great job it does of picking up the goldfish crackers as well.
Well,
whatever the
Chris,
mess is,
it's
David,
always a pleasure to see you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Have a great day, and I'm not sure, are we seeing you again?
No, not in this show.
I thought this wrapped you up for this show, so have a good Friday. Okay, friend.
Yes, sir.
I do want to mention that Susan, Marilo, Katie,